All right, we're gonna go through the foam roll portion of the golf mobility workshop. So we got our foam roller. We're gonna take it to the ground. Make sure you have enough clear space around you. First muscle group we're gonna be working is the glutes. So if I wanna work my right glute, I'm gonna cross my right foot over my left knee. Gonna shift my weight diagonally. So from here, I'm making basically like broad strokes up to the top of the glutes, all the way down to the bottom, almost to the top of that hamstring. I'm gonna roll it back and forth, ideally about 30 seconds on this side. If you feel any tender spots, you can sit on it and just do small strokes back and forth. Once we feel pretty good, we're gonna flip it over to the other side. So again, I'm shifting the weights. I'm on my left glute. So now I'm taking my left foot, cross it over my right knee. That's gonna open up that hip a little bit more. Lean into it. And again, back and forth. We're just rolling it out, top of the hip, all the way down into that hamstring. Any tender spots, again, we're just gonna sit on it. And then the small movements back and forth. Once we finish both sides, we're then gonna flip it over. So if you need a mat for your forearms, make it a little bit more comfortable, I would grab one. So for this one, we're gonna get perpendicular to our roller. I'm gonna take my legs out to 90 degrees. Here we're targeting the adductors. So I wanna start a little bit above my knee. From here, I'm gonna shift all the way in pretty close to the groin. And then I'm coming back out, slow tempo. Making sure we're getting basically that full range. Again, any tender spots, we're gonna sit there for a little bit. Small movements back and forth. Work those knots out. Again, about 30 seconds to a minute. And then I'm gonna flip over to the other side. Same thing. Get that knee up to 90 degrees. Starting right above the knee. Roll into the groin. Right back out. I'm using my hands to basically determine how much body weight I'm laying on the roller, so you can change the resistance or the pressure as needed. Find a tender spot, sit there for a little bit. Small movement back and forth. Again, 30 seconds to a minute. Now that we got the glutes and our thighs, we're gonna work on the lats. So now we're gonna lay on our back. We're gonna come on down to the hips on the floor. Again, I'm kind of turning diagonally, so I don't wanna be on my spine. So think about right there at the rib cage. Kind of get this arm out of way to open up this spot. And then I'm gonna roll it down, basically into that armpit. And then I'm gonna roll back to the bottom of that rib cage. You may feel you roll in that scapula. That's kind of getting out of the way. Internally rotate that arm a little bit. And then you kind of stay in that armpit a little bit more to make sure we're really working the lat there. I'm using my feet and my hips to determine how much of the pressure my body weight is putting on that roller. 30 seconds to a minute. I'm flipping over to the other side. Turning diagonally. Going to internally rotate that left arm a little bit. Using my feet and my hips to determine how much pressure I'm putting on that roller. And I'm looking for any tender spots I might find. Probably find them closer to that armpit area. Once we find them, just kind of sit there for a little bit. Small movements back and forth. 30 seconds to a minute. Once we've got both sides, now we are going to center up. Get the roller basically right on your shoulder blades. From here, hands going to support the head. I'm going to extend it back as far as I can. Make sure I'm not holding my breath. And then I'm gonna come all the way back up. Basically kind of like a sit-up. We're just working that thoracic extension. You wanna try to open up the arms as well. Lean it back, get as far as you can. Come on back up. I would do about 5 of these. On the last one, we're gonna extend back. You can support that head with one hand, reach, try to touch the ground, hold for about 10 seconds, switch sides, reach. You're gonna hold for about 10 seconds. And then you're gonna come back up nice and slow. And then that'll complete the foam roll portion of the golf mobility workshop.